it kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
Gotta go with Jacob Butter. Gotta go lefty.
No, we're talking about the players. That's tournament champion into the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Down Lane Podcast. We are streaming live from the lab at Town and Country Lanes on the Down Lane Bowling channel. And we have some new hardware in the house. This is, and we're not talking about bowling hardware because this past weekend was absolutely atrocious, except for Austin. Austin was in the cut for a while.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
For 7 games.
Yeah, we got some new mics, so hopefully we sound hot. We got some Barry White on the mic, you know what I'm saying?
Who's that?
You wouldn't know. But yes, we were at the regional. Austin kicked all of our butts, and all of us got strong backs, strong shoulders, and held up the field. So that was a fun weekend.
That's true. I did a great job.
Yeah, it was real tough when 3 out of the 4 on our pair were in the cut going into the last game, and not a single one of us made it.
Bold yourselves out of it.
I did that game too.
I will say mine was a 180 opposed to the others that were lower than 180 to not make the cut.
Was it 11 and 12?
No, it was 21, 22.
If it was 11 and 12, I had a good excuse.
So do not forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. We got a bunch of new ball reviews out there for everyone. We just released today the Ion Max and the Sublime. That's right, the Sublime. Stay focused. Sublime Focus. So check those out. They are hot off the presses. Now, the reason why we are all here tonight, let's bring them on in. We are talking to Matt Ogle of the PBA. Big champion this week.
Major champion.
Last week.
You guys ready for him?
Let's do it. Let's bring him in. What's up, Matt?
What's up? How y'all doing? I don't know if it's a major champion, but it was pretty cool to win that.
You're a major champion.
I mean,
in
the way you guys looked on the show was major. That's for sure. You guys were amped up.
Yeah,
we were talking.
It was crazy.
We were talking about that last week, as a matter of fact, about how much more amped up team bowling is, basically compared to singles bowling. And it seemed like, especially with one of your kind of viral posts out there.
Yeah.
That just kind of came out.
It got into the mood. Tell us about that. How does it feel?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of mixed reviews about the atmosphere of team bowling. We love it. Some of the fans are 50-50 on it, I think. We would rather it be loud, I think, than just dead quiet. I mean, it gets boring after a while watching somebody just, watch 2 guys, bowl back and forth for an hour and a half. It's just, we love it, and we want more of it. We're hoping that sometime in the near future that it comes back to singles, doubles, and then team, like trios. You can't use the same players, like they did 10 years ago. So it's a great atmosphere. Bayside Bowl was amazing. It was sick, man. It was loud. It was loud for the Lumberjacks, not so much for us. We had our fans. We had about 10 or 15 of us, family members, friends, whatever. But they did a great job cheering us on.
It sounded pretty fair. Like, I mean, it may not have felt in the house fair, but like at least on TV, it was it was not very distinguishable between the two.
Yeah, no, it was rowdy.
Yeah, that was one of the things we were saying. Like, that's why it needs to be moved around. And I understand how Portland is, and I understand how Bayside is, but that's one of the reasons why it's got to be kind of moved around the country a little bit to give some more exposure and some more atmosphere to different centers. Maybe like we were talking about like Detroit last week. Maybe move it to Detroit, somewhere like Thunder Bowl.
Yeah, well, we actually bowled there. We had one of our matches there.
Yep.
It was pretty cool. There was quite a few people there. I mean, it was pretty much a packed house. It's I think we should move around as well. The players feel the same way. Most of them, obviously, the Lumberjacks don't. They want to keep going back to Portland, but I mean, they had the whole house. The whole house was theirs. I mean, it was all their fans. But moving around would be cool. I don't know if we should go to Las Vegas just for a finals. I mean, Portland's pretty expensive, but flying across the country for the finals of the PBA league. I don't know, Las Vegas. It could get pretty crazy there too, I guess.
Yeah, everywhere is expensive now. It's like unless you're driving,
driving is still expensive.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah,
come on.
I don't know where would you go in Vegas? Like, I I mean,
yeah, that's the thing. It's got to be the right place.
right.
It almost needs to be a built center, like 4 lanes or whatever, and it's just that you build around the lanes.
around
It's
the
making
lanes,
a arena type deal.
Like they used to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm about it. Let's build 2
Oh
lanes.
man,
Let's build
all
4
we need
lanes.
is the money. Yeah,
You don't say.
a couple million.
So about the league, is there anything? This is actually a question a friend of ours asked, and is there anything in particular that you would want to change? Like one thing that you would want to change about the league? Anything? Even though you guys just won, so it wouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I mean we won, but like I said, the singles, doubles, and team event, I didn't get to experience that. I think that would be way more interesting. But I asked some people at league the other night, and they were like, "No, we like that way better. The Baker doubles or the Baker's team, it can't get any better than that." And I get that in a way. It could get kind of confusing doing singles, doubles, and trios. But I mean, I would like for it to go back to that, as far as a player standpoint, but I get it from the viewer side. But that's probably the only thing that I would want to change. I liked that we went to the season-long matches during our season. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
That was a new thing we did this year. I mean, that's the only thing probably.
I think that was probably the best move in the history of the league so far. Is you have your fans are able to actually watch the league actually happen over a season rather than kind of be all forced into a week. And it doesn't feel like, I would assume anyway, it doesn't feel like a team could build up, over that amount of time, right? Over a week's time, I mean.
Yeah, and it also doesn't feel like a league either. I mean, it's like, you bowl 1 week and that's it. You got the qualifying, the finals, and it's done. Over the season, I say season, we got about I think we had 14 matches. Each team had 2 matches on TV. That to me was more team building than it was the whole week, of them being in Portland, doing 6 games of qualifying and all that. But, that I feel like that we bonded quite well. Obviously, me and Sean have got something going on with our doubles, and AJ and Andrew. I mean, Andrew, well, all 3 of them, Matt Russo too. They've been on Team USA. So, and then Thomas was a great sport, man. He was he actually broke his finger for the first 5 weeks he was out. It was a crazy accident, man. He was walking through the paddock, two levels, and a ball rolled off. He had one in his hand, and it hit his finger just in the right spot to break the tip of it.
Oh my God!
On his right hand, of course.
Well, of course.
So he was out for almost 6-7 weeks.
I like how he got to throw a couple shots in the end there. At the
and Andrew said it on the Beef and Barnesy show. I mean, Andrew Thomas probably should have bowled more, but he was a great sport. He was cheering us on. I mean, he didn't care if he bowled or not. He just wanted us to win, just like just as bad as we did.
Right.
Are you guys bowling on the same pattern when you guys are traveling around the country bowling these events, or do they change it depending on what it is?
Yep. So whatever we're bowling on that week is what we bowl on for the league, which is crazy. I mean, and then even on TV for those matches during the season, that's the same pattern we're bowling on that week.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know if
there's already a chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a variety. You don't have the same thing every week,
right?
And you're not going to have the same thing every week, regardless if it's the same pattern, but different houses, different
of course,
beds, whatever.
Of course.
You're talking about the relationship between AJ and Andrew. There was that one exchange. It had to be the second to last match. Maybe not. Maybe it was the first win because you guys were on the left lane. But anyway, Andrew needed basically all 3 in the 10th, and he got the first one or the double and got all amped up. And AJ's like, "All right, settle down." He said, "I'm good," and he's like shoved him off. And
oh yeah, well, what's crazy is and I probably wouldn't have done this, and this is the way he is when he bowls. But Andrew, he told me to tell the guys. He said, "Hey, listen, if I need them all in 10th, or if I need the first one or a double, whatever it is, after I get the first one, I don't want nobody to talk to me." He's like, "Just let me do my thing and let me go about it." And you might see me on TV trying to pull Sean back and AJ a little bit, but hey, when AJ gets amped up, man, it's hard to hold him back. He's on it. He's going after somebody.
Love it.
And that was another one too. Not the we'll move on to something else in a minute, but I caught a little exchange between Rash and I think the crowd. I think they got a little under his skin. Yeah.
They were chanting urethane while he was bowling. Urethane.
Okay,
urethane.
I did not hear that. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then he struck, and of course he come back and take that urethane sons of bitches, and I was like, oh my god, here we go.
All
Here we
over
go.
again. Somebody bring out a bottle. Start snapping on the bottle.
And there were signs in the crowd and stuff about urethane and whatnot. They keep taking jabs at him, but like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's over with. We're done with it. Let's move on.
Yeah, and it may not feel like it. Like, I mean, we're all bowlers, right? And like, pro bowlers are super accessible. So you can walk into a bowling center and there's Matt Ogle and there's Sean Rash and there's Billy O. And like, all of these guys are super accessible. So they don't maybe feel like these, as you guys maybe don't feel like these top tier professionals, even though that's where the level is. So like, you know, you have to kind of train yourself, I would think, to be able to handle that pressure from the, not that he can't handle the pressure, but to be able to kind of contain that against the crowd, because they can be ruthless sometimes.
I say fine.
Well, it's just like when Andrew needed a double in the 10th. I think it was game 2 or 3 against the Lumberjacks, and they were chanting Lumberjacks while he was bowling. And I'm like, wow, you guys got some balls. Like, that
is tough.
And then he doubled and gave it to the crowd, or the other team, whatever it was.
Yeah,
but
I will say though, to that point, because the last couple of years, it's always just seemed like everybody's just like, oh, yay for everyone. So it is good. Like, even though we need to move it eventually, it is good that they're getting just the point. Like, you don't go to Buffalo and expect, as a Dolphins fan, because this is what I do, because I'm an idiot, I'm a Dolphins fan, and I go to Buffalo, and you don't expect to be treated with, you know, a pat on the back and be like, hey buddy, no, they're gonna freaking nearly beat the crap out of you, right? So like the same thing with the Dolphins players, they're gonna scream at you and they're gonna treat you like crap. So
I don't know if Bills fans are that worried about Dolphins fans.
Not anymore. I'm just saying.
They break tables. I'm sure if I was a Dolphins fan, I probably wouldn't go near them. They might break the table over you instead of them.
Dude, the one guy I saw jumped off a bus this year. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god,
Bills Mafia. You know,
what I mean? People are crazy, man.
Not smart.
Just for Buffalo.
Yeah,
that's insane.
But the point being, it's just it is nice to see that they are getting behind their actual team.
Yeah.
And hopefully
100%.
We can build that around the rest of the teams as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully
that would be sick.
Somehow have home centers or whatever. I know there's a lot of money involved in that.
So how do you propose we get the Saudis involved?
Exactly what we need. About $10 million a year just for the league.
It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
But, travel the world.
When Bolero took over 4 or 5 years ago, they had proposed to us that we were going to have name brand teams like Gucci, Louis Vuitton. We know I'm just naming off names.
Sure.
You know, Snickers, Nike, anybody. That team would be affiliated with that company, and they would get paid by that company, and then they would, you know, make us look like professional athletes, so to speak, like Tiger Woods or you know, the top guy, LeBron James, anybody. I mean, it could be. That could have been crazy, but it never worked out. So it is what it is. But
I think there was a couple of seasons that there was like the Snickers so and so, and then the
Go Bowling.
That's right, the Go Bowling somebody or other.
Yeah, that was like that was more or less for the PBA tour, not for the individual players.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So this was all going to be individualized. You know, our shirts were going to look like Louis Vuitton, Snicker bars. You know, it was going to be wild.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, it's a great idea.
But you got to get the companies behind it. That's the only problem we couldn't do, because we don't get exposed enough. I mean, we got 14 weeks that we bowl, and it's just not enough time. We don't get on TV enough.
You think that the tour needs to be longer to get enough exposure to be able to do that, or you guys think you?
Yeah, I mean, more TV time would be great for everybody. You know, as far as incentives go, and then for the sponsors as well.
Yeah, we had Tom Clark on last year. Year before, I can't remember.
2 seasons ago,
and he was talking about how like maybe an ideal way to do it would be kind of like where tennis is at, where it's like you never really see it until Wimbledon is on or the U.S. Open or whatever. And I'm not saying that's how we want to do it, but like maybe we need a lot more tournaments and then really push the big majors or whatever.
I mean, that's kind of how every tournament is now. We qualify through the week, nobody sees it, and then we're on TV for one game. So I mean, I would love for us to get qualifying on during the week on TV. I mean,
100%.
people would watch it, but I think that would help the viewership as far as being able to follow. I mean, just like Matt, like if every tournament was match play, they'd be able to follow that easier too. Like on Bowl TV, I mean, they would know, Bill O'Neill's going to bowl Tommy Jones's buddy. Like, let's go. I want to watch this. Or Jason Bamai's going to bowl Sean Ratch. So like, this is going to be cool. Let's watch it. I think that would get more viewership, but there's mixed reviews again about that. Single, as far as match play or total pins, a lot of guys like the match play. A lot of guys like total pins. So we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this for years now, as far as how to get qualifying on, and I think you can do it just like, I don't want to say it, but just
Kyle's been talking about this for years. No, don't get it twisted.
well, I mean, we have been talking
yeah,
about
but
it.
you've got all the
collectively,
ideas. You're the idea guy.
But it can be done like golf. There's just a huge amount of investment, and you can have a running ticker on the screen. So and so's at plus 200, and so's at plus 175, and you get it, so on and so forth. But then you can't just have these static cameras sitting behind the table. You got to have a guy running around, getting the good shots. And Matt Ogle's up in the 10th frame. He's at plus 275. If he strikes here, he's got the possibility to advance up into the cut or something like that. And you got to have those announcers ready to be there that are high quality.
And I think Mike Flanagan did a very good job of that. And he does it for his tournaments as well. He would have a mobile camera going around looking for 300 games, or if somebody's getting ready to get in the cut, or he tried to do that with the PBA too as well. I don't know what the relationship is now. I don't think he's going to be back. Well, I don't know, but
I don't know the backstory there, but
yeah, me neither. No, I don't think any of us do, but I think he would be good for that.
I know that was the, I forget what they called that, because it was a black cloud camera or something, right?
Yeah.
Every time he would go film somebody, he would.
Especially at the holiday doubles on a league pattern. I mean, then you throw the black cloud on there, it's like instant. Nobody's going to throw both 300.
Yeah.
We got pulled out this year. Holiday doubles.
Yeah, where is that?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Yeah, if we can make it.
But it's full, and it's got a waiting list again.
Oh, that's right. You got to sign up in like the year before. Now I remember.
Yeah, and then there's
if you can get in. Yeah,
right. I remember now. We looked at it and it was already full.
It used to be Friday, Saturday, 2 squads each day. Now it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They added 2 squads on Thursday, and maybe 2 squads on Thursday, 2 squads on Friday, and 2 squads on Saturday now. It used to be 4 and out 6.
Is it kind of like season tickets where if you lose your spot for a year, you're out and you have to get back in?
Yeah.
Wow.
You get back in. Unless you get a partner that drops their partner, or they lose their partner, and you can get on their squad.
You need a partner?
So you're telling me we got to break someone's leg, right?
Somebody, you got a chance.
Nancy Kerrigan, this thing.
Oh, Jesus, that's great. That's great. Dang it, well, we missed our opportunity.
So I just have to ask, because I've been looking at it the whole time. Is that a Smurf plastic ball behind you?
No, that's his.
Nice, dude.
That's
the eye logo.
That's his logo, man.
Freaking love it.
Oh,
so
it is?
I had this made. I can't make it because it's not a Brunswick ball, but
that's awesome.
So yeah,
that was sick.
I was going to make like 20 of these and kind of give them away. I wasn't really going to sell them. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so one of our friends was like, "Oh, you did Matt dirty," because the picture of the stream has your eyes, and I'm like, "Dude, he's embraced it.
I
That's
posted
his logo,
it,
man. That's his thing."
I mean, I got it on my shirt right now.
Yeah,
so
dude, it's awesome. So tell us a little bit, like, where did you grow up and get into bowling? And I think I saw you were around a bowling center all of the time. So tell us a little bit about your history.
Yeah, so I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. I basically started bowling since I could walk. 3 years old, I was in a bowling center almost every weekend with my parents. They bowled leagues 2 or 3 times a night. I grew up in the bowling center pretty much. It's either that or I was at the lake. And 37 years later, I'm on tour. Never thought I'd be there. Always a dream, of course, of everybody's. But I ended up bowling pretty well at the Bowlers Journal 2014 or 15. I won that. Then the next year, I led the Masters, the USBC Masters for 2 days. Bowled 300 game twice in a 5-game block. Basically got some exposure. And then I was offered a staff contract with the PBA, not through DV8. A pro contract in 2017, and then that's when I started going on tour. And then I won the first title at 2019 with Sean, and then 23 last year I won my first singles title. So I've been in. Yeah, it was man. I didn't want to. I told myself, I was like, man, just don't get super emotional. There's times I have tears, but I couldn't. Like, it was crazy. I couldn't stop. Like, that was a lifelong dream of mine since I've been watching bowling on TV. I wanted to be there, and I wanted to bowl on TV. I wanted to win, and I never thought I was going to have another opportunity after winning the doubles, because it'd been 4 years, almost 5 years, and it happened, and it was just crazy, man. It was wild.
It's almost like the hat trick. You got the doubles, you got a singles, and now you got a team.
Yeah, that's funny, because I asked Sean before we bowled. I said, how many people have a singles, doubles, and a team title? He goes, not very many. I was like, well, we're about to have it. We're about to add us to the list, and we did win. So
great.
It was
Plus
cool.
a bowler's journal.
Yeah.
So now he's just got to get an eagle.
Yeah, you got to get the eagle.
And I haven't bowled USBCs in probably 5 or 6 years. I used to take a group of 40 or 50 people. No reason. Really? I just once tour's over, I'm sick of bowling. Like, I don't even want to. I bowl one night a week on Tuesday nights in the summer, and I don't even want to bowl that. I just do it because I was hanging out with kids, and it's an adult kids league that it's a whole deal, but it feeds into another tournament, and I just go to hang out with people and hang out with my friends or whatever. But I'm at the lake every weekend once tour's over. So
it's my kind of guy. I think Kyle told you that I was going to ask you some fishing questions. I'll hold those off till the end.
That's fine. All good.
I need to know all your secrets. I've seen you won a few events here, and I just got to do better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Anthony's only reeling in the smallies. He's a.
Listen, it doesn't matter the size of the fish. It only matters how much fun you're having.
I'm not talking about small fish. I'm saying smallies. That's all you care about, are smallmouths.
No, I catch largemouth mostly. You don't even know.
Dude,
he doesn't even know.
Never seen a largemouth bass. No shot.
Dude, my biggest one's 4.5 pounds. What the fuck are you talking about? Freaking guy doesn't even know. Don't even get me started.
Anyway,
have you even been fishing?
Trashing you, don't even know.
He doesn't even know. This guy doesn't even know.
Buddy, I got my first fishing license this year. I've been up at the lake my entire life. It's my first fishing license because I didn't want to get in trouble by the DEC.
Oh yeah, God forbid.
Oh man.
Anyway, so we had asked, or we were talking about earlier about lengthening the PBA season. You say you're done at the end of the season. You don't want to bowl, but would you want to see, or do you think it would be good to get a longer season?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've got a lawn care business that I do here locally, Louisville. I've had it for 22 years, 23 years, but I've got guys that cover for me while I'm gone on tour. So, if it was double, I would take 30 weeks. I say that, but it's tough leaving the family, man. I'm a family guy, and I hate leaving, especially when you're bowling bad. Those days suck. Those weeks, it's sick, man. But yeah, I wouldn't mind another 10 tournaments. I don't want it crammed all in like 2 months, but
no.
They like to do that. It's I would love for it to be longer. It's more chances for us to get on TV, more chances for us to win money. It'd be sick.
100%, and more exposure across the country.
For sure.
As much as I think the guys probably enjoy the World Series, it's just kind of sucks that it's trapped in one city for 3 weeks, however long it is now.
Yeah, it's almost 3 weeks if you're there the whole time. It's 21 days or something. But I think it's going to be in Reno this year, which is going to suck.
Oh no!
Oh come on, Reno's great.
No, dude. Okay, the only thing I can think of that's worth doing is going to the baseball game.
We were there for 3 days, and I might not ever go back.
Oh my God, it wasn't that bad. We were there for 3 days. What is wrong with you?
Oh, and the scooters are fun. Nick Harris can attest to that.
We'll find stuff to do for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, but that is
hopefully I'm bowling the whole time. But
if only that's the only problem is you bowl a lot. So I was gonna say if you stayed in Tahoe, that'd be one thing, but it's an hour away. That's a long ways to go, and
I'm sure we'll make some trips to Tahoe probably a couple times, and then
beautiful
watch
lake,
baseball games. Oh yeah, I've been there once.
Yeah,
maybe try to get a fishing trip in somewhere.
Heck yeah!
I'll take pictures and send it to you.
Yeah,
hopefully there's some water in the lakes out there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Tahoe's pretty sizable. It's a big lake.
So what's your favorite pattern to bowl on out on the tour? What's something that you look forward to on the tour, like pattern wise? And what ones don't you like if you don't like any? I'm just gonna jump in.
Yeah, the ones I don't like are the real short ones. I've gotten better at them, but over the years, I've just never been a fan of the short, like 35, 33, the wolf, the cheetah. I'm not a big fan of those. I have a hard time throwing it to the right quickly. I like to just kind of float it over there. Obviously, Belmo doesn't bowling good on that either. I mean, he throws a spare ball. So my favorite patterns, shark, obviously, that's the one I want on. Scorpion, chameleon, I like those. The longer patterns, obviously, because my rib rate's so high. But yeah, I mean, there's the total opposites, I guess. Short I hate, and then long I love. So
yeah. Do you take a look at the graph before you bowl, or are you kind of like just gonna get out there and throw it on practice day? Are you a practice day before? What's your routine like going into an event?
I'll be honest with you, man. I can read a graph, but it's not very well. Like I can see where the oil's at and all that, and how many mills are where. But once you throw 4 guys throw 6 or 8 balls down the lane, it's already changed. So
right.
I don't get a predetermined plan. I've always told the kids that I coach that. I said, don't even look at the graph. Just look at the length, and then you know what to start with. Get your benchmark ball out and try it. That'll tell you where you need to play and what balls to throw. I don't practice a lot during tour. When I go out for official practice, I'll practice probably 45 minutes at the most. I don't do the whole 2 hours like some of the guys do. I just don't. It just wears you out. You bowl so fast, and then at some point, like about an hour in, it's pointless to even bowl anymore because we're so far left. Nobody's throwing any spare balls down the lane, so you don't get to carry down. But yeah, I mean, it's 45 minutes is probably good enough.
Well, that's either your fire alarm or the alarm for your oven. Do you have to go take that food out?
Yeah, let me grab that real quick. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Ready. So it was funny because I was going to actually ask him whether or not he was an oil pattern guy.
Yeah, I had to ask him.
Yeah, and because like this weekend, that was your most hated pattern.
Most hated. I
think it's the only sentence he said.
Yeah.
The whole 8 games.
Yes. Like, this pattern sucks. This pattern sucks.
I just, it doesn't even matter what the graph looks like. I didn't look at the graph before we bowled. I'll look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get an idea.
I will say your spirits were high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what am I going to do? I bowled bad. It is what it is. I'm going to move on. I'm going to be mad for about 20 minutes. I don't even think I was that mad.
No.
For 20 minutes. I actually didn't bowl. I didn't embarrass myself.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I shot 2 130s. I mean, I did so bad. I didn't even know what to do. So I just don't like the Earl Anthony pattern, Matt. I hate that pattern. That is the worst pattern known to man.
I love that one.
Oh my God.
I
figured you'd love that one.
I can't stand that pattern. I'm also left-handed, and that pattern doesn't help any lefty. And that's the Earl Anthony pattern. He was left-handed. We should have an advantage. Right? I don't know.
How does the Earl Anthony pattern not be less than 35 feet?
I don't
understand.
Know. I'm just telling you, it's 43 feet, 30 milliliters usually, because I looked at the graph when I got home.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm licking my chops when I see that.
Yeah,
By the way, Anthony is lying through his teeth because he was studying that oil pattern for the last 3 years.
Yeah, actually, no, you're right. I've practiced in here on that pattern multiple times. I bowled 3 events on it, and I still have no idea how to play. I need to hit it harder or take my thumb out.
Well, the one kid that did he win?
No, he threw it up. I bowled next to him.
Played the twig, right?
I don't know how he did it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, if I throw my ball there, I might throw
lefty?
in the gut. Yeah.
Cornog was right on the gutter for the most part.
He threw black hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, that's all he throws. But like, I couldn't do it. I tried.
Most of y'all do.
Yeah. Usually I do.
Most of y'all only throw black hammers.
I don't even know. I tried a red. It didn't. It still might be going straight. I'm not sure. But I hit my ball. I hit an ion and a gem with 500, and I had just enough hook. I threw 7 strikes game 1, and I had 4 opens.
He brought his 180 pad, but he didn't use it.
Yeah, usually I'll hit it with 180, 160, whatever it is. Next time I'm gonna get like 40 screen it right before I go. Try to rip the label
7 strikes and 4 to start. That sucks.
Yeah, 196. Next game I shot 100. Hey now,
man, those 130s will creep up on you now. They will. It doesn't take long.
Oh yeah, I was moving left and right. I was like, man, I got a good look. And I moved a little to the right, and the front's hooked a little bit more. And I said, all right, I'm going to move a little bit more right. And that one might be going straight still, too, because that one went through the back of the building. And then I moved back to the left through the face. I said, well, this isn't going to be great. Then I shot like 220. I hadn't moved either. I don't move that much. I'm left-handed. So, about 3 boards for me, and anything past 10 with my feet, man, I got a nosebleed. So, I played the same spot all day. Then I shot 240. Then I shot 130 again. I said, what the? I don't know. It is what it is.
Topography. Blame it on topography.
Yeah, the problem is we bowl there 2 or 3 times a year.
The 130 I had, the low game of the day, the 133, I chalked that one up. I wrote down on my sheet before we even started the game, 250, because I whacked that pair. 23, 24. I was only 120 off, 133. So I went up to Doug. I'm like, did you do anything to your lane surface? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, did you screen it? Did you have the topography done? He goes, yeah, we screened. I said, you gosh darn, you freaking, that was my number 1 pair. I was like, you kidding me? I didn't say that. No. I was just like, man. No. I said, at least I know for next time I come up here. We bowl up there probably 2 or 3 times a year. He does a lot of events. He does a lot of events for us. So at least I know. The rest of the house played exactly the same. I'm almost 5'7", 10 twice on the high end, which is normal for me. And the low end, I just whacked. So, it is what it is. Good thing we bowl on 39 feet and 41 feet. Next time you guys are in trouble.
The best part of my day is
watching him.
Luckily, we were on opposite ends of the building. But first of all, I started with 297. That's after 2 games, and that is me. Eh? I got a 200 game the 3rd game.
How were the chairs?
Chairs were intact. So anyway, it's towards the end of the day. I'm done at that point, but whatever. I'm just going along with the pace after getting yelled at by Schaefer and whatever. Anyway,
he put his crossing guard jersey on.
Yeah, he put his traffic
stop because when people don't follow the rules, he changes his shirt.
I followed the rules, but
traffic guard guy.
I think he was when he yelled at me. I'm pretty sure he was wrong. Anyway.
I've cut off Stern so many times. I feel so bad, but he never gets mad at me.
So at the end of the day, I get up, I pure one, I throw a strike. I'm like, all right, 1 ball. That's great. I get back to the settee and Joe Plusak's staring at me. And I'm like, what's up, man? And he's like, there was no 8-pin.
Like, son of a bitch!
That's the worst.
I had no 8-pin as well on one that I didn't see.
I'm like, all I wanted to do was just throw one and sit down. I don't even care about the score at this point. I just didn't want to go again, and then I put it to the face. Of course, you know what I mean. So
it's great, Joey Pants, good guy. I like Joey Pants. Crossed him a few times. Yeah,
man, he's fun, man. He's a character for sure. I've always liked Joey.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I think I crossed him. Last time I crossed him was on the Earl Anthony pattern. So he was like, man, way to keep your cool today. I said, thanks, man. I think, that time I didn't bowl as well. The first time I missed a cut by like 20 pins, and then I haven't done very well after that. Yeah, that was when Packy won with Purple Hammer, throwing it from the 4th arrow.
So why didn't you do the same thing?
Because my ball backs up from there.
So favorite place? Where's your favorite place to go? Center, city, whatever.
Every time somebody asks me this, I like Riviera Lanes for the TOC in Akron. There's nothing like it, man. Obviously, obviously like I'm really good, but I make the show there the last 2 years. It's going to be my favorite place. It's just something. It's just something about it. I don't know. It's crazy. I guess the way that they bring all these bleachers in, so everybody's like above the lanes, looking kind of down, and we kind of have our own area to walk through. Like you can't really go up behind the lanes because there's nobody there. There's so many people there. That's where we have the most attendance, I think.
That's like what's nice about it's the opposite actually at Thunder Bowl, right? So like when we bowled in the Masters, you're trying to cross pairs, and there's nowhere to walk down in the settee. So then you're trying to go up into the concourse, but then it's like if you go to South Point, there's no events there, but if you go to South Point, then you have all of the space in the world. Same with Reno, but we don't want to talk about Reno. But there's at least
I love the bowling stadium. I love WBS.
Bowling stadium is amazing, but
city around the bowling stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except for all the friction at the stadium. I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to replace the lanes there or what, but at Reno.
Yeah.
But
but at Fairlawn, Bill Gallagher, a guy from Avon, Ohio, he brings in, I think, 20 high school teams, and they come and they've got their own T-shirts for the certain player that's bowling for them. They cheer that person on. It's wild, man. I mean, that's like the second to last block of qualifying. They come in that morning, and it's crazy. It's loud.
What do you think? Like the best region for bowling, because I can say up here in the Northeast, like we've got bowling. There's some bowling centers, and the bowlers that bowl enjoy it, but it's not like what you described just then. Like if we had a PBA event up here, I can say it, there's no shot that the high school teams would be showing up and like cheering on their players. Like, where's the best region that you would say that's the attitude?
I mean, I would say the Midwest, but I mean, it takes a lot of work to get 20 teams there, 20 high school teams. It takes a lot of work. But I mean, I would say the Midwest. I mean, it's just so localized that they can come from any region and watch.
Yeah, and the which one's is that the bigger region, or is the West region the big one? For the regional regions.
Well, the West has like 5. There's like Northwest.
Oh, that's right.
West.
Yeah.
Something else.
Yeah, the West. So the West, when we did the Players Championship, they had. I think that's my dog ringing the bell to go out. Sorry.
You can take care of it. It's all right.
No, I'm not going to do it. He's apparently got to go pretty bad. Gavin.
It's like my kid. It's like Zach, let the dog out.
See,
hello, Zach. Where are you?
Hello?
My dog will just piss on the floor.
Well, he's probably about to. No, so the West, I think we had the Players Championship, and we had to combine 2 regions because they only had 40 entries for the West Players region,
Really?
And it was wild. And then I think the South had 130 or something, and the Midwest had 120. It was wild. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And I couldn't believe they wouldn't just bring those guys over to another region instead of, doing. I mean, of course, it's the regions for the players. That's the whole reason they do that. But yeah, I mean, they get the least amount, I think, is the West.
I feel bad for the Central and the people that have states that are humongous, and like they've got to drive hours and hours and hours just to go to a tournament.
Yeah.
And up here, we're pretty tight as far as states go. And like just this past weekend, we had 62. Like it's just not a lot. I don't know why our numbers are so low. There was a big tournament that weekend, but we haven't had anywhere near like Buffalo. We had 90 a few years ago, but we haven't. I don't think anybody's reached 90 since then.
I think East Providence does.
But yeah, I don't know.
He's usually pretty good. Except I never bowl good there. So you
bowl regionals at all, Matt?
No, I bowled 2 in my life, and I finished second in 1, and I don't even remember the other one. I guess it's probably pretty bad, I guess. But the one I finished second on was on
Earl Anthony?
No, it was on a 50-foot, what is it, Badger or something?
Oh, yeah.
Holy.
My ball's going through the back of the building just thinking about it.
Stupid, man. Yeah, it was 47, 50 foot. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, the TOC started ages ago used to be 50 feet. The tournament champions been a long time ago. No.
Yeah. And I think that's the Earl Anthony pattern. Actually, that's why I bowl so well. I'm going to look that up now. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I can't remember. That's just that. That's just give me the.
Well, it's been 3 out of the last 6 tournaments, I think, regionals that you bowled.
I haven't bowled under 43 feet yet. And I'm left-handed.
For PBA looking at them shorter ones.
Well, I tried, but when everything's about 5 hours away.
Yeah, they're all 5 states away. Yeah.
It's
Don Johnson. Sorry.
Don Johnson.
Don Julio. That's right.
Yeah.
I think I bowled good on that one. I think it was 42 feet.
Oh, there you go. Under 43. Make you happy.
I can wrinkle it.
Make the trip.
Well, he's got to actually win a tournament.
Don's 40 foot.
You'll win a tournament.
Oh, it's 40 foot? Even better.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not that good. I learned that weekend.
40 feet.
All right, Ant, you got some questions that you need to ask him?
40.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into fishing. I mean, gosh darn. I mean, we can.
Oh, God, the iPad's coming out.
This
man.
He's got to start Googling some answers here in a minute.
I don't have anything too crazy. I just, actually, we saw you at the Masters. When did we go? 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I saw you, and I was like, hey, man, you got a sick boat. I said, I'm going to come down and fish with you. And you're like, oh, yeah, anytime, man, anytime. You have no idea who I am. But I've seen it. So you still got the same one as you posted on Instagram a few years back?
Yeah, I got that in 21. Yeah, power poles. It's got actually, now it has, the regional tour stuff to make money on. So I've got actually a 16-inch on the front with a 10 below it on the left and then a 9 for mapping. The 16 I've got strictly for live scope. You know about
live you're scope? Live scope. Yeah. Are you a live? Okay, so hold on. Are you a live scope guy here? Are you against the live scope for the tournaments? Are you for the live scope? What's the scope? What do you think?
Well, I've got 2 on my boat.
Scoop?
All right, so live scope is like, do you know what it is?
I got a video. Hopefully I can. Let me show you this video real quick.
Is this like a real camera under the water or something?
Yeah, you literally
pretty much. All right, so this is you'll see what you're going to see is the bait. Hopefully I can make this work. This is going to be tough. Huh?
Oh, that's your. There you go.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
Oh yeah, we can see your screen. Yeah.
All right, so see over here. See that bait go down?
Wow.
Oh, hold on. Let me run it back.
So this is like
like live sonar.
If you have the thing on your dash.
There's the bait going down.
Yeah,
see the bait going down?
You can see it.
Now watch the fish. Fish is going to come up and get it.
Yep.
Wow. There it is. He's got him.
Dude, that is nasty.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. All the pros are using it.
Yeah.
It's a huge
big uproar about it, though.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Are you a yay for it on the pro side? Are you a nay for it on the pro side?
I mean, I don't know. I like it. I think it's okay. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. I think the guys that are upset about it are the ones that don't know how to use it and the older guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing myself. I mean, I'm not any good, but I like to watch the YouTube videos, right? So they're talking all about it, and they're like, man, the only guys who are really complaining are the old guys who just refuse to use any kind of technology to make it easier or to make it better. I mean, I don't know. I just fish for fun. I try to be serious, but I don't know. It seems like it's kind of like a gray area for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because you can kind of see everything that's going on and you can see it come up. But
this is the setup now. You can't really see it though, can you?
Yeah, it's tough.
No.
It's so great. I saw the thing there. What are you running on the motor? What do you got on the motor?
I've got a 200 SHO Yamaha that's flashed for 330 horse.
Yeah. Sorry, are you got a Yamaha? Is that Skeeter?
It's a Ranger. It's a 21-foot Ranger.
That's what it is. Rangers are.
Yeah.
Yes, that is so freaking sick. I looked at it the other day and I was like, man, we have a Lund and it's about 18 and a half feet, 150 on the back. The old man sits in the chair, takes a nap, thinks he catches a fish, but he's really got weeds because we're moving a little bit. So my next question is going to be your bass and crappie. I seen you do both.
I do more crappie than I do bass. Yeah.
Okay. What's your go-to bait when you're fishing for crappie?
Well, the only thing that I pretty much ever won on was these Freaky Franks. They're 2-inch little plastics that I use. I mean, that's black and chartreuse is the only color I hardly ever use too. So I hardly use any other colors. Black and chartreuse is my go-to. If I go to anything, it's going to be purple. Obviously, if I get into the clearer water, it's going to be a lighter color or even like a shad color.
That's so sweet. Where are you fishing mostly?
I love to fish around timber. Timber or stumps. And I'll do a lot of open water fishing too. Like I'll just go out in the middle of the lake or find wherever they're at, big flats or whatever. I'll find them out there, just kind of, hovering around. And I'll see them on a live scope about 30, 40 feet out, and I'll pitch to them. If I can't get up on them, I'll just pitch to them and catch them. Yeah,
we don't have a lot of timber where we're fishing. Well, we fish a little bit of the lake. It's pretty clear.
No shit.
So it ain't big, yeah.
It's a decent size. Like it's no great lake, but it's a decent size lake.
But even you don't have to have timber. I mean, I started out fishing brush piles, and I found out that fishing brush piles, you had to catch 100 fish before you caught one good one.
Yeah,
and then I found out that the bigger ones are out roaming around because they've gotten smart, and then the big ones are on stumps too. So if you can find that variety, and of course there's certain times of the year they're on certain places. But
how long are you fishing? All year round? I mean, I don't know if it gets cold where you are.
I missed the peak season every year because of tour. Like ours is like March, April, May, but in the fall, like right now. I've got a tournament next weekend, but we're going to get 4 inches of rain, so I'm not sure we're going to have the tournament. But
the hurricane's coming in.
It's that. Oh yeah.
I've got 2 tournaments this month and two next month, but one of them's going to pay $5,000. So we're hoping to get into that. Should have about 50 boats, but
that's freaking wild. That's awesome.
Just bring some ball bearings with you, like those guys from a couple of years ago.
Man, that made us look so bad.
Yeah, did you know them?
Fishermen?
Have you ever met them?
No.
Yeah,
but they said they've been doing that. They actually didn't have to put that tournament in particular. They didn't have to put the weights, whatever. They were putting fish fillets, pliers. Yeah. Like they would catch a fish, fillet it, and stuff it down.
Yeah, and stuff it with fish. Yeah.
Yeah, because the walleye die. They have to keep moving. There's not enough room in the live well. They have to keep moving around or they die. So they were going to die anyway. So they just started shoving. But they didn't have to put anything in they already won without the weight added.
They're greedy.
Yeah,
greedy. They want a lot of
and
money.
They said they've been doing it for like 2 or 3 years. They've won over $1 million doing it.
That's nuts. And all the sponsorship stuff too.
They revoked all their sponsorships. They can never buy a fishing license again. They took their boat. I mean the guys
because they didn't pay for it, right? I mean,
right? I mean, they confiscated it. Every bit of their fishing stuff, they confiscated it.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's equal justice, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they stole from players. I know. That's how it works. I mean,
we had a guy around here that actually did that crappie fishing. He didn't stuff it with weights, but he would go to another lake that's predominantly big crappie the week before a tournament, catch them, put them in this deal that he made, the styrofoam, because if they keep buttoning up something, they're going to rub their nose raw, it'd be red. And he made it to where it was real soft, so they could just kind of swim around and kept them alive or whatever. And then he would beat everybody like 4 or 5 pounds, and they were like, "Wait a minute, something's not right." And they ended up catching him. But
yeah, we had a guy who was winning.
I mean, this is for like $1,000.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. It's like too much effort.
Yeah, we got a tournament up here every Tuesdays. We don't fish it anymore because we're not good enough for it. We tried. Trust me, we tried. But it's like $70 to bowl, to fish. They get like 50 boats on a Tuesday night. And first place is like $1,000 or something. And this one guy kept winning every week. He pulling a 4.5 pound largemouth every week. And meanwhile, we're fishing like a 3 mile lake, 4 mile lake. So it ain't super big, but he's pulling out 4.5 pounds. One week he pulled out 20 pounds, and I think he got caught because he hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't done anything for like the past 2-3 years. And it was like, oh, he's just so good. He doesn't cheat. And I'm like, dude, I fish here every week, 3 times a week, twice a week, whatever it is. I've caught 4-pounders like every once in a while. Yeah. But like this guy's pulling them out every Tuesday night in 2 hours.
It's so obvious too. Like it's so obvious.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. But I mean, I'm not a great fisherman, but I sure do have a great time doing it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, whether you catch anything or not, if you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be doing it. Like,
is that what they say about bowling too?
I just
don't know fun anymore, Kyle.
There's a way different. Like you're out in the nature, there's some breeze,
100%.
like there's sun.
Like, 100%.
You're not bothered by people wanting to drill bowling balls or whatever it is. But
man,
you have a pro shop?
No, I don't.
Okay,
that's one thing I've always wanted one, but I've just never got. I mean, Mike Wolf, our tour rep, used to be a pro. He's got 5 titles, but he's got 5 or 6 shops around here. I just free reign.
Right.
He's offered to sell them to me before, but I didn't have the money for that. It was like 1.5 million or something. I was like, no, I can't. I'm out. You rich, bro. I ain't.
That's a good day.
Yeah, but he's got 5 of them.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but that's like, that's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, I do one here, and I have enough to do myself.
Well, something tells me he's got
just trying to get 5 people
working. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. He's got 5 people working. Yeah. He's also out all season long too.
All winter, yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
So he's out just as much as you guys repping.
So.
How many balls you drilling in a year when you're out on tour? You get a number?
Well, we come out with about 125. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I think on tour last year I drilled. 50 or 60 balls. I mean, I'm probably drilling 120 a year.
Are you like, just drill it? Or are you like, or are you kind of like, are you like a drill whore, they say? You just drill it.
No,
Let's do it.
I'm in between, I guess. I've got my favorites, and I'll drill a couple of those every week. Yeah. Like this year, I think I'm going to try and have fresh covers every week. I think that's a huge, huge role in the greats being great. I mean, like Simonson drills the new Arsenal every week.
I remember him at Masters.
Yeah.
I
couldn't imagine. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He had a mound of them.
Yeah, he has a mound of them at the end. He literally had a pyramid of bowling balls in a 5-foot section. It was unbelievable. And I was like, man, I got 9 here.
Don Barrett's another one drills a lot. He drills. I remember when the Mako came out, he drilled, I think, 7 or 8 of them for the show when he made the show with it.
Holy cow.
There was one left on the truck, I think, when he got done.
Never know.
With the 2-year rule, is that something that really impacts you, care about, or is everybody just drilling everything so new it doesn't really matter? Like the only thing I think about is Tommy Jones. He always throws the Ghost,
yeah,
and now he can't.
Why not? They still make it.
They do? I thought it was discontinued.
As long as they still make it after August 22.
Yeah, I thought it was discontinued for some reason.
He's still throwing. There's guys still throwing them. Yeah, there was a few made after that.
Well, forget what I said. But whatever. Just name whatever somebody somebody likes.
The original version.
Yeah.
Original.
There you go. Yeah. Right. But yeah, it just is that something that bothers you, care about, or do you like just new stuff? That's what you throw.
I mean, generally, like the balls that I threw to win the titles this side over here, the Defender, like I can't throw that anymore, and it's probably not even relevant now. The GB4 Hybrid I threw a lot this year, probably won't even get to throw it next year. The Troublemaker that I bowled quite well with last year, I didn't get to throw it all this year. There's things change, the oil's changed, the temperature, whatever it is. I mean, they just circle out. It's whatever the newest thing. I mean, the HK22 for our covers is amazing. So if it doesn't have HK, I'm probably not going to use it.
So that's something that you like.
Hey, Heather.
Is the HK22? You like the responsiveness? You like you're like you said, you're on long pattern. You like the long patterns. You like playing inside. You've got a huge rev rate, so something that you probably do like is the super fast responsiveness, right?
It took a minute to get it figured out. I mean, that was a big change from our old covers to our new HK, and it seems like they take surface quite well. So there's the different versions of it too. So you got to kind of know which versions are which. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a game changer for our company.
You a surface guy? Like you take all the polish off right away? Do you keep polish?
I like to have 3,000 on most of it. Some of them, like obviously the urethanes, will have 500 or 360, but
sure,
1,500 is about the lowest I'll go on a reactive ball. I don't go much lower than that unless I'm just really trying to burn a spot up on the lane.
I like 500, 360.
Is that lefty?
Sometimes 180.
I've used 180 before.
It's happened.
Oh yeah.
Could be. Go ahead.
Somebody said to me, we're bowling a tournament, one of the harder ones that we bowl, and it's for some pretty decent money. And I think I was in the finals or the match play. So whatever, it was match play. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to throw urethane. And I just had my 500 grit, and I think I had a black hammer at the time. And I took my freaking 180 out or whatever it was, started scuffing it up. The guy goes, you got drywall screen over there, man? Like, what are you using? And I was like, no, it's 180. And like, my ball was like chalked up pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't use it.
There's a dust cloud in the bowling. Anthony's got his respirator on.
So I'm all about surface. They call me Kingsford.
Did you guys happen to see my picture? I guess it was the first tournament in January last year when the 78s came out. I was in Wichita, and we actually used drywall screen. Yeah, we used drywall screen on it. Yeah.
You had a picture on your Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Picture on the Instagram, and it was like,
and Ron Hicklin actually took the picture and shared it. And
I think
you could see the lines.
Oh yeah, you friggin' that's my kind of screen right there. I like what you use? What was that?
It was drywall screen. It was like 60 grit or something.
60 grit. I need 60 grit. I'm all right with it.
Where was that? For what?
It was Wichita. Well, because we didn't know anything about the 78s and what how much they hook or whatnot when it first came out. And we actually found out that the 16 hook about 5 boards more than the 15s because of the diff.
Yep.
That's
double almost.
Why don't you try the 16 pounder
or 16? It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. I know they get heavy though. Like I go like 2 or 3 games in, I'm like, I gotta get out of this here soon because this is getting
talking
heavy.
about. You're two-handed, man. You got 2 hands to use. Come on.
Yeah. Right.
Don't you start. Don't you start. It's a heavy weight, 16.
I know. It's
Maybe you should. You went to 14.
I did. I tried it.
Him 16. You went down to 14. Give him a break.
I had to try it. You got to try everything once, they say.
Bill O'Neill went to 14 for a while.
That's why I chatted a minute about it with him, and he's like, just do it already. And I'm like, or no, maybe that was
That was Stu.
I did ask Billy about it, but then Stu was like, "Why are you waiting?" And I'm like,
"It costs money."
I think Wolf told me that if Billy would have won the players last year? The last event, I think it was the players, the one that Kevin McCune won. If Billy would have won that, he would have won almost $500,000 from the last 2 tournaments that he bowled. Like it was the World Series. I think he won or the Tour Finals, whatever. He won like $150,000, and he would have won another $150,000 or whatever for, I don't know. It was a crazy amount. Maybe it was $250,000, but just switching from 14 to 15, those 2 tournaments, he would have won $250,000.
We were just talking about that literally this past weekend about how crazy it was, just switching the pounds, but then also like my thought is he's like my age, like not saying that there has to be an age limit on the sport. I mean, look at Chris Barnes and Norm Duke and everybody, but like he just went from struggling, quote unquote, in his book, right? Like that's the year before he was struggling.
He was on the struggle bus.
Yeah, and then
for sure,
the next year later, he has an EJ Tackett year, and I'm like, Jesus, he's like, he didn't quite finish top of the list, right? But I think, but still, like the first half of the season was unbelievable.
It was sick, we thought he was going to win Player of the Year
for sure.
No, he was on fire.
And then made 4 or 5 shows. First 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Killed it.
Won the first week.
Man,
that frees your swing up pretty good when you win 100,000 the first week.
You think?
Not experienced it, but I can't wait to hopefully do that.
Oh, you're gonna do it. You're number 1 in my power rankings for the 3rd straight year because I seen your boat and the other guys don't have a boat like you. So you were number 1.
So I almost took my boat to Detroit this year for the World Series.
Listen, you're gonna go to the Masters this year. Bring it up. All right, I'll come out. I'm gonna bowl, I think, too. So friggin' A, we'll hook up and we'll hopefully get the same squad. We'll request it and we'll go fishing on our off time. I'm in.
Yeah, I actually got a guy.
I was going to say he said he was going to bring it, and you just said you're going to go.
Yeah, I
I don't care who goes with me, man. It doesn't matter. Next year, Heather. Actually, her son's pretty awesome, man. He's like 6 or 7 years old and just has so much drive for the sport. But yeah, I've got a guy in Michigan that actually was going to take me on his, but I never could get a free day. He's like, if the weather's good, we'll go. Like we were all set up. It was going to be me, Marshall, and him. And we were going to just go target smallies and have a great day. But the weather obviously stayed cold for too long, and it wasn't good until about a month after we left. But he's actually coming down in November or December, and going to come fish for crappie. So
we'll have ice up here by then, so we will not be fishing.
Yeah, he's like, "What's the temperature going to be?" I'm like, "I don't know, 50 or 55." He goes, "Oh, it's ice. It's going to be iced over up here."
Yeah, Anthony's way too afraid to go ice fishing.
Listen, I don't get the shanty with the heater. Listen, you're on ice. Why are you going to
put it here? I feel like we're on the same boat. I want to try it. But I stay cold. I bought like 6 suits to try and keep my ass warm. But like I spent probably $3,000 trying to figure out what suits are going to be the best for me. And I think I might have found one. But
listen,
I want to do that. But I don't know if I can stay out there that long.
Anthony can make all the excuses he wants, but if it's 80
will they make
and 100% humidity in this building,
great
he's still wearing a sweatshirt. So it's all about the weather. For him.
That's me. I get made fun of so much about wearing it'll be 95 outside, and I'll walk in the bowling center with jeans and a long sleeve on, and they're like, it's 95 outside. I'm gonna go, I'm not bowling outside, right?
Yeah,
he gets it.
He also weighs 110 pounds soaking wet, right? Like.
Yeah, well, I'm also in the heat all day long cutting grass, and then I come inside and I'm like, this. My wife keeps it on 69 here, and like I've got sweatpants and a sweatshirt on, and it drives me. I got to sleep in that. And she's like, it's hot in here. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just you.
She's right. By the way, she's 100% correct.
I like 60.
Oh yeah,
No. 90 degrees, 100% humidity. I'm in my long sleeve shirt. I'll have shorts on, but I'll have the long sleeve shirt on. I think I walked around with. Yeah, what did I wear? A long sleeve shirt in Vegas?
Probably. Oh, it gets cold in that building though.
Yeah, no, we were outside. We were on the strip, and I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah,
you guys are like, what are you
that sounds like it. Yeah, we would do well in fishing because we'd have the same clothes on.
Well, he does wear the what's that?
What do you make fun of me?
No, the sunscreen long sleeve shirts. I don't know. What
you wear like the UPF or whatever it is. Yeah, all day long.
And he's got the hook. Where's your hook hat? He said
my hook hat is.
He said he had his hook hat, but now
it's in the truck. It's my new one. It's got a nice little green, blue on it. Looks nice. Like it. Got it in Florida.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. We have to go bowling, so good luck.
So you guys bowl at 8 o'clock?
9
No,
o'clock.
we bowl at 9, but we got to dismantle.
So
we're literally in the pro
shift
shop.
league?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a doubles league.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a second shift.
Yeah, the righties loft the gutter.
No, they don't. We have a second
What are y'all
shift
bowling
here.
on, Earl Anthony tonight?
No. Listen, let me tell you.
He oils a lane, so it would never happen.
No. I did not oil the lanes. Nope, I did not oil tonight. No, we have a second shift Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and they're all basically full 24 lanes. Tonight is like.
Do you get to re-oil or no?
No. Get what you
bowling
get.
Oh,
yeah, you
man.
get what you get. You know what I mean? It makes it more fun.
Brutal. Yeah,
That's
I
right.
get it.
It's all right.
So
You're
is
only
that-
bowling against people on your same pair.
Second. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. We might have to do that here somewhere.
Yeah, you should do it. Yeah, well, yeah. Actually, a few of my buddies who they bowl in New Jersey, they do re-oil for 9 o'clock. Actually,
They were all at Dell too.
they really
On Mondays.
just bowl.
On Mondays,
Is that why they got someone averaging freaking 250 over there?
Probably.
It hooks to the right, and there's oil in the middle. Just throw it up the
Cliff.
lane.
Sounds like tour every week.
Yeah, I don't
Just
get
move
it.
left
That's
and
not how it
to
was
the
on
right.
Sunday. That is not how it was.
For
on
you
Sunday.
guys, you guys make
No,
it
it
so
was that
easy.
way. It was that way on Saturday. You just didn't move far enough left.
Well,
Shut
wow,
your
aggressive.
face. He's also
thoughts.
got 475 revs, like two-handers.
Yeah, you got to get over there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I
we
was
see
there.
the
I was at 22, but that's as far as left as I could get.
Listen, that hook spot at like 19 really got me that one game.
19. I was looking at freaking 13, trying to throw darts at the head pin all day. There's you guys hooking it at freaking.
Started
you
on 13, get it out to 14.
Yeah, just about. Swear to God, I was trying to throw darts the first game. I found a little hold spot, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna do the old lefty like point right there, and I was just shoving it right up the lane, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the righties,
130. Smacked you right in the face.
130 came quick, but then I'm watching guys to my right, and they're freaking loading it up to the freaking 5 board down there, and it peels back, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
Throwing it with the wrong hand.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're
I'm
on
gonna
the wrong
switch
side of
hands.
the lane, buddy.
I'm gonna switch hands.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Really appreciate it. Good luck
thanks
this
for coming
year.
on, brother. Number one in
Yeah,
my
no
power
problem.
ranking.
Anytime, man. I appreciate it, buddy. Anytime.
Out
Just
on
holler
the
at me.
water too.
Yeah, cool, man. Stay safe.
All right. Have a great
Thank
one.
you. Have a good one.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
All right. You got your questions in. Are you very happy?
Black and chartreuse. I got my.
What a
I had
guest.
Tackle Warehouse up here while I was.
You already got an order in?
Yeah, I put it in my cart. What do I look like? I want to catch fish. I don't want to.
I hear you.
He said lighter colors in the clear water, black and chartreuse in the darker water.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
find some timber. There are a few stumps and some tree ledges down that I'm gonna try and find. They're a little bit more up the creek.
I did notice the couple of times that I've gone out with you and your dad. It is very rocky. Not rocky, but bedrock. It's a lot of bedrock.
Yeah, I try to fish where the transitions are, where there's some like a weed edge here
Mhm.
and a little bit of rock here, because sometimes they'll hang out right around the transition, and then typically we're right around a drop off the weed edge. And because we fish in the summer, it's a little hotter. You know, that's what at least I was told. I try to fish off.
Yeah,
where
they
it's
want
a
to
drop
drop
off a little bit.
down in the cool.
Yeah, so I try to
Cool
fish
water.
there. I mean, I had a good year. I caught a bunch of fish. My dad would catch like maybe his over under was like 0.5. And one day
He is
and
watching.
So is he?
Your dad?
Yeah,
always
he's
watching.
fine. 0.5. He's fine. He knows. Like he knows it's 0.5. So me and little Mikey went, and I'm like, how much my dad gonna catch today? He goes, I think he's got like 1.5. You know, little Mikey, the way he says it.
Yeah.
So 0.5 counts as my dad gets to the boat, but he doesn't get out of the seat, so he raises the rod and it falls off. So of course he catches one. Next one he catches, he tries to lift it up. Boom, halfway in the water. Michael looks at me. He hit his quote. He hit his he's even. And I'm like, all right. So then like 10 minutes later, he catches another one. And I said, Mikey, well, now he's 2.5 fish. And my dad's like, oh, you guys only had me at 1.5 fish. Well, look who's catching the big ones today. And I think that was the best day he had all year. That was like back in May. And we went into August. So
That's how it always goes, though. You force him to do good, he's gonna do good.
oh, my dad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or bird's nest is real.
Oh, you should see this thing. He's lost 2 rods in the water. Unbelievable. One day he'll like hit the bail so it goes out a little bit because I'll troll a hair just to move us. One day the water's pushing like a certain way. I think he's just gonna come in here. You know
I know.
what I
I'm
mean?
waiting for it.
And the line keeps coming out. So all of a sudden he's like, oh, I got one. He's like, it's fighting good. And I'm like, all right. So I look behind me. He goes, I can't say what he said. He's like, bitch. I'm locked around the motor. And so he throws his rod on the ground.
Dude,
it
you're
hits
in
the
so
seat.
much trouble.
It hits the seat and it just goes in the water. And it's gone. He goes, oh, my rod. And I couldn't get it. So it just floated to the water. And at that time, I think he had gotten the line out of the prop. So it just went to the bottom and I couldn't get it. I just bought him that rod for Father's Day. So then another day, we're driving up. We're
120
like
feet down to the bottom of Lake Saratoga
Yeah.
Lake.
We're going like 40 back in. And he left his pole like off a little bit the back. And I
Just
think
caught it.
it hit like a wave or something. And the bait like took the whole rod with him. And
See ya.
yeah. So he's lost two rods. It's comical because he's like, man, I really wish I didn't do that. And it's like,
Well, yeah, I think we all wish that happened.
it was good. He did catch. He had a good few big ones this year. He didn't catch a lot, but he caught some good quality, and I caught a lot. So now I know black chartreuse. I'm gonna go back and watch. I think he said 2-inch Frankie Fats or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can go back and check it out.
Yeah. Well, bowling and fishing now on Down Lane Podcast. And if you want to catch all of that, don't forget to like.
I forgot to ask if he wanted what kind of knot he used for leader to fluoro, or if he had a leader, if he just went straight fluoro. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
You might be able to ask him after the show.
All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. Check out those ball reviews. Check out all the other episodes that we got out here. We will see you guys next week. We are going to go bowling. Thank you to Jack Scaccia, proprietor of Town Country Lanes. Thank you to Austin Van Buren. Good show tonight. Awesome job on the mics. Because
yeah, this is nuts.
We got a nice sound.
I barely
tonight.
had to work
It's
tonight.
crisp.
You sure you guys need me?
Check. Wow, I sound even more feminine than before. So,
Anthony,
right.
Good show tonight. Oh God, sorry, Jack, that Anthony went off on you like that.
he knows. He knows.
Thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
Janbred, and thanks to Matt tonight for coming on the show. It's awesome.
Matt, heck of a job. We will see you guys next week. This is Down Lane Podcast.